Syria's interim president was in the Turkish capital on Tuesday for talks expected to focus on Syria's economic recovery as well as the presence of Kurdish-led forces in the north of the country that Turkey considers to be a security threat. According to Associated Press Ahmad al-Sharaa, who was appointed interim president last week, appeared to have been welcomed in Ankara with a low-key ceremony compared to other heads of state, who are usually received with military bands and mounted troops escorting them on arrival. Al-Sharaa, the former rebel leader who headed the insurgents who toppled President Bashar Assad in December, is making his second international trip following his visit to Saudi Arabia. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan greeted al-Sharaa, who was dressed in a suit and a red tie, an apparent nod to the Turkish flag, with a small group of the honor guard at the entrance of the vast presidential palace complex. Turkey was a strong backer of groups opposed to Assad during the country's 13-year civil war and is considered to be one of the new administration's key allies. Erdogan's office said talks would focus on steps toward Syria's economic recovery and its security and stability. Turkey, which shares a 910-kilometer, 565-mile, border with Syria, views the Syrian Kurdish militias that make up the key component of the US-allied, Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces, or SDF, an extension of the banned Kurdistan Workers' Party. It is pressing for the group to disband. Turkish-backed fighters are currently battling the SDF in a bid to push the Kurdish militias away from the Turkish border. Mazlum Abdi, the commander of the SDF, said in an interview with the Associated Press on Sunday that he recently met with al-Sharaa in Damascus, adding that the two sides are negotiating with the help of mediators to find compromises regarding Syria's future, including the future of the Kurds. Denmark's prime minister insisted on Monday that Greenland is not for sale. According to Associated Press, Mette Frederiksen also called for a robust response from her European Union partners should US President Donald Trump put tough tariffs on Europe. She was speaking after Trump said he would press ahead with his threat to take control of the island. Frederiksen said she has great support from her EU partners on the fact that everybody has to respect the sovereignty of all national states in the world, and that Greenland is today a part of the Kingdom of Denmark. It's part of our territory and it's not for sale. Greenland, home to a large US military base, is an autonomous territory of Denmark, a longtime US ally. Last month, Trump left open the possibility that the American military might be used to secure Greenland, as well as the Panama Canal. "We need Greenland for national security purposes," he said. She acknowledged U.S. concerns about security in the Arctic region, where Russia and China have been increasingly active. "I totally agree with the Americans that the High North, that the Arctic region is becoming more and more important when we are talking about defense and security and deterrence," Fredriksson said. She added that the US and Denmark could have stronger footprints in Greenland, in security terms. "They are already there and they can have more possibilities," she said, underlining that Denmark itself can also scale up its security presence. "If this is about securing our part of the world, we can find a way forward," Fredriksson said. Last week, her government announced a roughly 14.6 billion kroner agreement with parties including the governments of Greenland and the Faroe Islands to improve capabilities for surveillance and maintaining sovereignty in the region. It would include 3 new Arctic naval vessels, 2 additional long-range surveillance drones and satellite capacity, the Defense Ministry in Copenhagen said.
I think we have been very clear from the Kingdom of Denmark, with great support from the European partners and the European Union, that everybody has to respect the sovereignty of all national states in the world, and that Greenland is today a part of the Kingdom of Denmark. It's a part of our territory, and it's not for sale. The chairman, the leader of Greenland, has been very clear that they are not for sale. I totally agree with the Americans that the High North, that the Arctic region is becoming more and more important when we're talking about defense and security and deterrence. And it is possible to find a way to ensure stronger footprints in Greenland. They are already there. And they can have more possibilities, and at the same time we are willing to scale up from the Kingdom of Denmark, and I think NATO is the same. So if this is about securing our part of the world, we can find a way forward. There are many reasons why we are one European Union, and one of the reasons for that is that we are willing to help each other and to stick together. And I will never support the idea of fighting allies, but of course if the US puts tough tariffs on Europe, we need a collective and robust response. Thank you.